Good morning, and thank you for joining the PBC's pre-bid and technical review meeting for the Forest Preserve District of Cook County's Bldgs McGinnis Field Station project, contract number C1613. Today is January 7th at 11 o'clock, and the agenda will go as follows. We'll have introductions, then we'll go over some procurement details, compliance details, and then we'll go into the technical review. Then we will have Q&A session. We will have a brief Q&A session after procurement details. My name is Patricia Montenegro. I'm the contract officer for the project. Happy New Year to everyone. This is our second pre-bid of the year. So we want to go ahead and go with a quick round of introductions with the PBC team. James, I'll begin with you. Or if Ray's on the line, you can start with Ray, the Executive Director.
Don't see Ray, so I'll go James Borkman, Public Building Commission.
Randy Williams, PBC, Deputy Director Construction.
Hello, Patrice Dahl, Compliance, PBC.
Minnie Keys, Procurement, PBC.
Miguel Fernandez, PBC.
D. Taylor with PBC.
Good morning, Kenneth Dillard, PBC.
Good morning, Justin Cafferty, Design Manager at PBC.
Morning, Lisa Gooderoff, PBC.
All right. I believe that is all for PBC team. We'll then continue with our client, Forest Preserve. I'll turn it over to Lori to introduce herself and the team. Lori?
Yes, hi, good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining. We're excited you're here. It's an exciting project for us here at the Forest Preserves. My name is Lori Naiman. I am the Chief Building Architect with the Planning and Development Department for the Forest Preserves. I'm joined with Lauren Hepner. She's our Associate Building Architect, also with Planning and Development, and Steve Sillick. He is our Senior Fisheries Biologist with Resource Management Department at the site at the McGinnis Field Station, excuse me. So, thank you.
Thank you. We're also joined by Brian Taylor, the architect for the project. Brian, please introduce yourself and any consultants that you might have with you today.
Thank you, Patricia. Brian Taylor, architect of record with Tailor-Made Design Architects. Not with me today, but our team just consists of Terra Consulting Group for civil engineering, Hutter Trakina for structural engineering, interface engineering for mechanical, electrical, and fire alarm, and ECL engineering for plumbing.
Okay, very good. Thank you very much. And then I will go down the list here to see who we have. A Collins Whitfield. Could you please introduce yourself and who you're with?
Yeah, Collins Whitfield. I'm the Vice President of Excel Construction, a commercial general contractor.
Thank you. I see a Connor Carson.
Yeah, Connor Carson here from Boa Construction.
Thank you. I see Dr. Olick.
Yes, that's DR, just two initials. DR Olick. I'm with FedEx Technologies.
Excellent. Thank you. Welcome. Joanna Simon.
Hi, good morning. Johanna Simon with Excel Construction.
Thank you. Michael Rickert.
Good morning, Mike Rickert with FH Passion.
Thank you. Noah Markunis. Hopefully I didn't botch that up.
Yeah, you got it. Noah Markunis, pre-construction manager from Apex Construction.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Raj Shaw.
Hello, good morning, everyone. This is Raj Shah, Senior Estimator from Bldgs Builders.
Thank you. Have Sean Doney.
Hi, I'm Sean Doheny. I'm with FPDCC Technologies.
Okay, apologies for that mispronunciation. Tim Ryland.
Tim Marlin with Scale Construction.
Okay, very good. And I believe that is it. Was there anyone else in attendance that I don't see on the screen? I see a LE iPhone.
Yeah, this is Lalo Eder with FPDCC Construction.
Okay, so Lalo Edery. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, great. So we'll continue on here. Anyone else before we continue? Okay. All right. So a little bit of about the project, and we'll go into detail, more specific details during the technical review aspect of the project. But essentially, the project is located at 137 110th Avenue, Orland Park, Illinois, 60467. The general scope of work consists of the construction of a new metal building for the vehicle and storage use. The project also includes the removal of the existing shed, minor renovations at the existing field station, lab buildings, site improvements, and upgrade to the existing electrical service. Contractors will be, or the selected contractor will be required to prepare a phasing and logistics plan within 30 days of issuance of the NTP for review and approval by the Forest Preserve and the Public Building Commission. The time of completion is as listed on the milestones descriptions here on the page. So your schedule milestone number 1, this work shall not commence sooner than February 11th, 2025, and then it will have a completion date of March 31st, 2025. Substantial completion of the new metal building and renovation of the field station and associated site improvements, that work shall not commence prior to April 1st of 2025, with then the completion date of October 31st, 2025. We also do have a schedule milestone number 2 for associated renovations at the existing lab building and associated site improvements. Work is not to begin there prior to April 28th, 2025, with a substantial completion date of, or with a substantial completion date of 10/31/2025. Liquidated damages are $1,500 per day for failure to achieve the substantial completion, and then $500 per day for failure to achieve the schedule milestone dates listed above, which are milestone number 1 and milestone number 2. Availability of the documents. So the documents, specific documents are located on the PBC's current opportunities page. This PowerPoint presentation and the video recording is or will also be available on the current opportunities page for you to download as well. And then our online plan room at Crossroads Print and Technologies has a complete set of the documents, which include your book 1, your book 2, and then the technical specifications along with the drawings. If you are having any issues, please contact the printer directly, and the information is provided here on the screen. The documents are also available with our assist agencies, so any subcontractors having issues with downloading the setter or anything of that nature, our assist agencies would be able to assist with that as well. The tech review meeting is scheduled here shortly after this presentation. And there is currently no site visit scheduled for this project, but notwithstanding failure for you to become familiar with the project shall not relieve you or alter your responsibility for completing the work in accordance with the contract documents. Request for information. Thank you to those who have been submitting requests for information. Your questions have been received and they are being considered for response via an addenda. They should be sent directly to my attention as the sole point of contact. So patricia.montenegro@cityofchicago.org. And then we have a deadline established for when we would like to receive all of the questions by, and that is Tuesday, January 14th by 4 p.m. This will allow us time to review and then prepare responses to your inquiries. We are not obligated to answer every question. I just want to make sure everybody understands that. We do consider every question that comes in. And then we also have one addenda that's being prepared for issuance, so you'll see that shortly. Please stay tuned to your emails. That alert will come through the PBC alert system. If you have not registered for PBC alerts, I would recommend that other members of your firm also subscribe to PBC alerts, and that's pbcchicago.com, where you could find our PBC alert subscription. Bids are due on Wednesday, January 22nd at 11 a.m. And the bid opening will be streamed live and recorded and then available again on our current opportunities page. So bid submission requirements. Okay, we are requesting one complete copy of your bid document with original signature in blue ink or digital signature. Please include a copy of your bid bond, and then within that same email, we would ask that you include the master bid form, which is the Excel sheet that consists of the master bid tab and the award criteria sheet. We would want that you submit that in the email with the full copy of your bid document, and then that particular document in Excel and PDF format separately again within that email. The PDF document of your bid document should be searchable, with the exception of documents that are, that are not searchable, which are scanned copies of licenses or, your bid bonds, things of that nature. They are, the documents are supposed to be emailed to patricia.montenegro@cityofchicago.org, as well as pbc-procurement@cityofchicago.org. So emailed to both. I would recommend that you email approximately 10 minutes prior to the 11 o'clock to make sure that it does, that we allow, technology to function and well, and that it is received and time-stamped by 11 a.m. If for any reason you need to submit a hard copy, we ask that you submit your request to submit a hard copy of your submission to my attention at patricia.montenegro@cityofchicago.org in advance of, and when I say in advance, I'd say like a few days in advance, not moments beforehand. So please, if you are having trouble completing your bid document and need to submit a hard copy submission, please do so in writing, again, to my attention. The pre-award meeting will occur on, is tentatively scheduled to occur on Monday, January 27th at 2 p.m. It will be a virtual meeting. And the apparent low bidder will receive correspondence from me with details on what to expect at the pre-award meeting. There are details already outlined within book 1, so it will be necessary to kind of review that documentation so that your team is prepared to present at the pre-award meeting. The notice of award is scheduled to be issued after the PBC Board of Commissioners meeting, which is expected to be in February. And the successful general contractor will be required to provide a compliant certificate of insurance and payment and performance bond within 7 days of notice of award. I do want to bring to everyone's attention that the insurance requirements are identified in book 1, and we will be expecting that all coverages listed in the certificate of insurance be met and purchased in order to move forward with your contract. We'll go over a few additional book 1 and book 2 highlights here. The estimated construction budget can be found on in book 1, page 4. It is between $1.6 and $1.9 million. Mandatory project staffing requirements, book 1, page 5. Scheduling software requirements, book 1, page 5. Liquidated damages, book 1, page 6, which we already went over. And prevailing wage rates, book 1, page 6 and page 39. Contractor trade requirements, if applicable, will be on page 1, book 1, page 22. Joint venture opportunities, PBC encourages joint venture opportunities, and so that if you are going to submit as a joint venture, we would ask that you complete Schedule B, Joint Venture Affidavit, book 1, page 24, and that you prepare a JV agreement. It could be submitted in draft form, but by the time we enter by the time we NOA, it should be in final form. And then MBE, WBEs would provide their certification letter, copy of their certification letters. The bid form, so the Excel sheet should be very short and sweet and simple. You would just enter your figure here in the purple shaded area, and then the document automatically populates and it'll bring it over into, or will populate here on line 4. And then we want to make sure that you complete the bottom half, which is your surety information, as well as what firm, your firm name here. The award criteria figure document also super simple. You would it carries over from the bid form here, and then in these light green shaded areas, you would enter your participation for minority journeyman, apprentice and laborer, and then again for female journeyman, apprentice and laborer. Our director of compliance will go over further details here with regards to those participation numbers. The basis of award can be found book 1, page 10. Award is going to be made based on the bidder submitting the lowest award criteria figure, which would be line 5 of your bid form, and otherwise responsible to all other requirements of the contract documents. You will be required to fill out the entire bid form to be considered responsive, and the commission reserves the right to reject any and all bids wherever such rejection is in our best interest. And the PBC considers any bids that are considered to be materially unbalanced will be rejected. Okay, so at this time, I'll turn it over to Patrice Doyle, our Director of Compliance, who will go over the compliance details. Patrice?
Hello. For this project, the goals are 32% NBE WBE. It is an aggregate goal. It can be met by an NBE, a WBE, or a combination of NBEs and WBEs. Again, it's 32% MWBE, which is an aggregate goal. We only accept certification from the City of Chicago or Cook County, and they must be certified in the scope of work that they're performing, and they must be current with their certification. For additional MBE and WBE information, please reference Book 2, Article 23, which is our MBE WBE special conditions. As mentioned, the award criteria figure, the maximum amount that you can put for journey workers is 70% minority journey workers, 70% minority apprentice, 70% minority labor, and a maximum is 15% female journey workers, 15% female apprentice, and 15% female laborers. These are the recommended goals that you will say you'll be able to achieve if awarded the contract. These are not goals, there are commitments. There is no community hiring goal for this project. Again, there is no community hiring requirement for this project, but city residency goal is 50%, and that means of the total hours worked, 50% must be City of Chicago residents. You will see that there is no community hiring map because, again, there is no community hiring requirement for this project. We do B2G now as our NBE WBE compliance tracking system. If the MBE or WBE firm is an established business, they will receive the credit amount of their requirements. So if there are a first year established business, meaning they are graduating from the MBE WBE program, they will receive 75%. If they're a second year, they'll receive 50%. If they are a third year, they'll receive 25% MBE WBE credit, and their certification letter will identify what stage they are in the graduating process. Manufacturers receive 100% credit, suppliers receive 60% credit, and brokers receive 0% credit. You must submit a Schedule D and a Schedule C with your bid package. The Schedule D is the credit amount for the MBE or WBE firm. As mentioned earlier, if the MBE or WBE is a established business and they're at 50% of the graduation process and their contract value is $100,000, only $50,000 will appear on the Schedule D. If they are a supplier and their contract value is $100,000, only $60,000 should appear as a credit amount for the MBE and or WBE firm. The Schedule C should be completed by the subcontractor. Their scope of work and their contract value should appear on here. Their total contract value, not the credit amount, but the total contract value. If it's a supplier and their contract value is $100,000, that's what should appear on the Schedule C. The subcontracting levels should be completed if they are subbing out any work not supplies, but if they are subbing out any work performed by a non-MBE or WBE, they will not receive that percentage of credit amount. But we also need to know if they're subbing out work to be performed by MBE and or WBE. They will receive full credit, but that information needs to be identified on the Schedule C. And again, it should be completed by the subcontractor. Thank you, Patty.
You're welcome, Patrice, and thank you. Okay, so at this time, this completes our pre-bid technical portion of the presentation. I just want to reiterate that I am the sole point of contact, again, patricia.montenegro@cityofchicago.org. We want to make sure that you have subscribed to PBC alerts, and so that you can receive the latest information with regards to this project and the details of this project. An agenda is forthcoming, so there will be changes to some drawings and a few minor changes to book one. Are there any questions at this time before we go into the technical review? Okay. Are there any questions in the chat here, team, that we would need to go over?
No questions are in the chat.
Beautiful. Okay. So at this time, we'll go into the technical review. And I will turn it over to Kenneth Dillard, who is the project manager over this project. Kenneth?
Thank you, Patty. As mentioned, good morning, everyone. First of all, Happy New Year. As mentioned, I'm Kenneth Dillard. I represented the PBC as a project manager for the project. Before turning over to my design associates, I would like to give a reiteration of the quick project overview. The scope of work consists of the removal of existing shed and minor renovations to the existing field station and lab buildings, along with site improvements and upgrades to existing electrical service. This also includes the construction of a new metal building for vehicle and storage use. Just the highlighted dates for this time of completion schedule. Milestone 1, which includes permitting, mobilization, site controls, and submittal preparation, is scheduled for completion by March 31st, 2025. This work may not commence sooner than February 11th, 2025. Substantial completion which consists of the metal building, construction, renovations to the field station, and associated site improvements. This is scheduled for completion by October 31st, 2025. This work may not commence sooner than April 1st, 2025. And then our milestone 2, which consists of the associated renovations at the existing lab buildings and that associated site improvements. This is also scheduled for completion by October 31st, 2025. And this following work may not commence sooner than April 28th, 2025. And I will turn it over to Brian Taylor, the architect on record, to further explain the details of the project. Go ahead, Brian.
Thank you, Kenneth. Good morning, everyone. So as Kenneth mentioned, the scope includes three existing structures on the site, which includes a shed that will be demolished to make way for a new metal storage building to accommodate vehicles and equipment storage. Selective renovation of the existing McGinnis Field Office station building. And that's at the top of the plan on your screen. And then also selective renovation of the existing garage/laboratory building that's at the bottom of the site plan there. Other Site improvements include some parking lot work, including additional parking spots, so extension of the parking and some minor fence reconfiguration. Okay. There's also electrical service upgrade that we'll get into a little bit further into the presentation. The existing water service on the site is well, and then there's existing septic field for sanitary. Okay. So here you could see some of the existing structures. The top left picture indicates the existing field station, McGinnis Field Station office building. It's a two-story structure with a partial basement. The selective renovations to that building include new HVAC systems to replace existing fossil fuel equipment. So the new HVAC equipment will be electric, lighting upgrades to LED, and then adding a new fire alarm system. The existing storage shed structure, that's the top right photo, that building will be demolished in its entirety, and that will be to make way for the new metal storage building for vehicle and equipment storage. And then the bottom right picture is the existing garage/lab building, and selective renovation for that building includes removal of the fossil fuel equipment for heating, new electrical HVAC equipment, lighting upgrades, and a new fire alarm system. Okay. Can we go to, yeah. So here you can just see where the new metal storage building will be located. The building, or the outline that is a red dash line that overlaps that building, is actually the storage shed that will be demolished. And then we do indicate an approximate work limit for the new building, and that is basically to maintain access to the other buildings while construction is underway. And also, as Kenneth had mentioned and Patricia had mentioned, there are certain milestones that need to be met when work in both the existing office building and the lab garage building can happen, so that work that needs to be completed by both Forest Reserve staff and USDA staff can happen without interruption. So, okay, go to the next slide. So here we have the new metal building. It is a 40 by 40 metal storage building, 2 overhead doors at the north end of the building, along with a man door also on the west side of the building, and then 2 windows at the rear of the building. The building is a slab on grade with a concrete foundation system, including a stem wall that is 32 inches above the slab. And there is also mechanical plumbing and mechanical utilities for this particular building. Okay. Again, the new metal building, this is the elevations for the building. So of note here would be the metal panels. These are IMPs, insulated metal panels, so sandwich metal panels for both the wall construction as well as the roof assembly. Okay. As I mentioned, the McGinnis Field Station office has selective renovations that are being accomplished. This is the basement plan of the Field Station office building. And again, that scope of work includes mechanical equipment upgrades, and then also lighting upgrades and a new fire alarm system. And this is the existing garage / lab building. And the renovations for that building include the same HVAC equipment replacement with electric and lighting upgrades to LEDs and a new fire alarm system. And then finally, we do have an electrical service upgrade for the site. That electrical service upgrade is coming off of 110th Avenue, ran underground to a new transformer location, and then distributed throughout the site to all 3 buildings. So this is a electrical service upgrade for the entire complex there. Next, that's it.
Okay, thank you very much for the presentation, Brian. At this time, we'll take any general questions. I know, again, some of you who are on this call have submitted questions. Again, we are taking them into consideration. But if there are any general questions that anyone would like to ask, we can certainly take them at this time.
No questions in the chat, Patty.
Thank you. All right. Okie dokie. So we will look forward to receiving additional questions, and then look forward to the bid opening that will occur on January 22nd, provided that date does not change. So thank you much for your attendance today. This concludes the pre-bid and tech review meeting for McGinnis.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you, everybody.